Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
It's a lot colder today than it was yesterday, and that could be dangerous for people without a way to keep warm. How hundreds of people are getting the help they need.
Mid-January temperatures here in the middle of November, and believe it or not, it gets even colder, and I'm tracking snow chances coming up.
And Kentucky's senior senator does something that hasn't been done in more than 70 years. What Mitch McConnell has to say about becoming the leader of the U.S. Senate. Welcome to WKYT News at 4. I'm Jennifer Palumbo. This is not what it's supposed to feel like in the middle of November. Temperatures climbed into the 30s, but they've just fallen back down into the 20s. But this is perfect weather for ice skating. If you look closely at our sky cam overlooking Triangle Park in downtown Lexington, you might even see a few festive flakes. So will we see any more snow flurries? WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is in the First Alert Weather Center with the answer. Chris?
Yeah, we continue to see a lot of the snowflakes that have been out there, Jennifer, for the better part of the day. But obviously everybody's talking about, as you mentioned, the temperatures and just how cold it is. It is 29 degrees in Lexington and Frankfort as of right now. That is not the wind chill. That's the actual thermometer reading. 30 degrees into Richmond and Mount Sterling. Temperatures this afternoon barely getting to 30 degrees in most of the area. We actually were at 32 just after midnight. Look at the normal high for today in Lexington, 57 degrees. We hit that 32-degree mark around 1 o'clock this morning, and from there we've been dropping and holding into the upper 20s to around 30. Now, that 32 is not too far away from the record coldest high temperature ever for this date. That goes back to 1911. That is 28 degrees. It's 29 as of right now. Throw the winds into the mix. It feels like it is 19 into Lexington and Frankfort and Covington. 21, Mount Sterling, Richmond, and Danville. We go through the evening. Those wind chills grow even colder. Low teens show up by the time we hit 11 o'clock. And first thing tomorrow morning, it may feel like it is 10 degrees into parts of central and eastern Kentucky. Live First Alert Defender tracking a few of those snow flurries throughout the region. But Jennifer, when I come back in a little bit, I'm tracking something a little greater than snow flurries. I'll tell you when that arrives as we take a peek toward a weekend storm just ahead.
We'll see you in about 15 minutes. Thank you, Chris. And as cold as it is right now, it's going to get even colder this weekend. Groups that help the homeless are taking extra steps now to deal with this early blast of winter. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel is at God's Net in Lexington with how you can help the less fortunate. It's our top story at 4.
Officials over at the Catholic Action Center tell me that bitter cold temperatures are not what they expected this early in the season. Fortunately, here at God's Net, they already had a good supply of clothing donations ready to go, but officials say it's going fast.
I don't think any of us expected an Arctic blast in the middle of November. It didn't give us a lot of time to prepare. We're used to brutal winters, especially last winter with the polar vortex, but we weren't prepared mid-November for this.
Coats, socks, hats, and gloves. Anything and everything that will help keep someone warm is what's needed right now. So far, officials say hundreds of people have already been in and out of God's Net and the Catholic Action Center stocking up for this week's cold temperatures. The CAC is now open 24/7 to give people a warm place to sleep and a hot meal.
We have high numbers at the Catholic Action Center. People want to be out of the cold, want to have a warm meal and a safe place to be, and we expect that to continue throughout the weekend.
Food and clothing donations can be dropped off at the Catholic Action Center. Clothing and blanket donations can also be dropped off here at God's Net. In Lexington, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
God's Net on East 7th Street is open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 2. We are tracking a shooting this afternoon near downtown Lexington. Lexington police were called to a home on Pemberton Street between 6th and 7th Streets around 1:30 this afternoon. WKYT's Victor Puente has the latest live from the scene.
For about an hour and a half while they were searching for evidence. They tell us they don't know what led to a man being shot in the chest. Now, sanitation workers who were stopped on Pemberton Street told police a man approached them and said he'd been shot. Some neighbors tell me they got him some blankets while they waited for an ambulance. That man was taken to UK Hospital while police began looking for evidence. They went door to door, but so far they say they don't know what led to the shooting. They also don't have any information on a suspect. Now, police also taped off the parking lot of an apartment near where the man met those sanitation workers. They wouldn't comment on why it was taped off, other than to say they were still looking for evidence. Now, that victim is expected to survive. Live in Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Police plan to interview the victim once doctors clear him to meet with them. We're tracking a threat made at a Central Kentucky middle school. In a letter sent home to parents, the superintendent of Scott County Schools and the principal of Scott County Middle School say they were aware of a threat. They didn't give any details, but they do say no students were ever in any danger. They say they're working with Georgetown Police and the school resource officer. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell has been chosen by his fellow Republicans to become the new Senate Majority Leader when the new Congress takes over in January. As Majority Leader, McConnell will set the Senate's agenda. Along with House Speaker John Boehner, he will decide what legislation is sent to the White House in the final 2 years of President Barack Obama's term. McConnell has already mentioned dismantling the Affordable Care Act and addressing coal emission standards. McConnell said he'd ask the president to hold off on immigration reform until the new Congress convenes in January.
Last week, the American people sent a strong message to Washington. They voted for a new direction. They called for a change in the way we do things here in the Senate.
McConnell is the first majority leader from Kentucky since the 1940s, when Democrat Alben Barkley was at the helm. Our reporters are working on a number of other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Amber Philpott joins us from the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Amber.
Good afternoon to you, Jennifer. A Southern Kentucky man charged with murder in a deadly home invasion is now out of jail. Patrick Baker has bonded out of the Knox County Detention Center. He is one of 5 people indicted for the murder of Donald Mills at his home back in May. Police say Baker and Christopher Wagner showed up at the home pretending to be police officers. Mills was shot and killed during the robbery. Baker has pled not guilty in this case. Coming up on WKYT News at 5:30, we talk with the victim's sister. The process began this morning to find a new leader for Fayette County Schools. Superintendent Dr. Tom Shelton announced his resignation last week. Board members met this morning to discuss options for an interim superintendent. Dr. Shelton's last day is December 31st. Board members have said they would like to have an overlap. Dr. Shelton is leaving to become the executive director of the Kentucky Association of School Superintendents. We will tell you what is next in this search process coming up for you on WKYT News at 5:30. And the Kentucky Wildcats put their #1 preseason ranking on the line starting tomorrow with their first game of the regular season. This afternoon, Coach John Calipari talked to the media about the hype and his hopes for this year's team. Our Rob Bromley was at that news conference, and he's going to have all the highlights, including what Alex Poitras said about the season coming up. That's on WKYT News at 5. That is a look at just some of the news that's in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thanks, Amber. Now to stories making headlines across the nation at 4. Lawyers say the grand jury investigating the shooting death of unarmed teenager Michael Brown heard key testimony today from the pathologist hired by Brown's family. Omar Villafranca has been covering the case since the shooting in August and has the latest now from Dallas.
A private autopsy performed on Michael Brown at the family's request initially said Ferguson, Missouri police officer Darren Wilson shot unarmed teenager Michael Brown at least 6 times. Today, attorneys for Michael Brown's family revealed new information about that autopsy.
There was an additional entry wound into his chest. It was not a re-entry wound.
Famed forensic scientist Dr. Michael Bodden, who performed the family's autopsy, testified before a grand jury Thursday. Attorneys say members of the jury wanted to hear Bodden's analysis. The grand jury's decision whether to charge Officer Wilson is expected soon.
We gain a sense that we're probably reaching the end of the road as it relates to witnesses.
Earlier this week, Missouri Governor Jay Nixon called for peaceful protests regardless of the grand jury's decision.
Violence will not be tolerated.
Thursday, Brown family attorneys took that a step further, calling for a measured police response to whatever happens next.
We would like to thank you in advance for not having a repeat of the horrific encounters that took place in August.
Many businesses in Ferguson have already boarded up their windows in case there's more violence. Omar Villafranca, CBS News.
Community leaders in Ferguson are calling for an economic boycott, urging people not to go holiday shopping during the entire Thanksgiving weekend. They're calling the protest "No Justice, No Profit." Let's check how stocks did today. An up day on Wall Street. The Dow added 41 points to close at 17,653. The Nasdaq picked up 5 and the S&P a point. You can now check out Kentucky's healthcare exchange at Fayette Mall. The Connect store opened this afternoon in the old Aveda temporary store. It'll be there during the open enrollment period, which starts Saturday and runs through February 15th. The state has also announced a new mobile app and has made improvements to the website. The Comcast-Time Warner merger is going full steam ahead, despite uncertainty about net neutrality. The deal would create the largest cable internet provider in the U.S. President Obama is calling on the FCC to regulate online service providers, such as utilities. The cost of college continues to climb. The College Board says the average cost for undergraduate students attending a 4-year in-state school is now almost $19,000. That includes room and board, but not books. For out-of-state students, it's about $33,000. And a private university averages $42,000. It's time for better living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. YouTube will soon launch a test of its long-awaited music subscription service. It'll be called YouTube Music Key and will be available on personal computers as well as smartphones, but only the ones running Google's Android operating system. Starting next week, the service will be available free for the first 6 months, but by invitation only. The eventual price will be $9.99 a month. Online video chats let us keep in touch with friends and loved ones, and now a new device lets you do the same thing with your dog. Chris Van Cleve shows us how it works.
Bring it back. This is Walter, a frisky rescue puppy in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Have a good day.
When owner Brian Stump leaves for work, Walter is alone all day long.
Walter.
But now Stump can get some FaceTime with his new pooch.
The point of having a dog is to be able to interact with them and spend time with them, and when you spend 8 hours a day away from them, it just kind of helps to bridge that gap.
It's called icy Pooch. Attach a tablet computer to it and you can use an app on your mobile device to video call your pet, even remotely release a treat.
It's really cool. It's really funny to see him react to it because he hears you, he sees your face. I think a big part of the confusion for him is that he can't smell you.
The icy Pooch didn't come from a tech company. It's actually the brainchild of a teenager.
Kayla had separation anxiety.
14-year-old Brooke Martin recently displayed her invention at the Purina Better with Pets Summit in New York. Martin likes to video chat with her friends, so she figured, why not her beloved dog, Kayla?
I felt so guilty that I had to leave her alone all day, depressed by herself. So I thought it'd be great if there was a way to connect with her while I was gone.
With her father's help, Brooke built a working prototype. She's already sold hundreds online and hopes the finished version will be on store shelves in time for the holidays.
You want a cookie?
Walter is already sold, especially on the treats. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Hoboken, New Jersey.
Martin says the device can also be adapted for cat treats, so cat owners can video visit with their cats while they're away.